answer me or nothing.
Please continue. Go on, please.
You accept all responsibility?
The responsibility is mine, correct. Please go on.
Gold, dollar, necklace, moon, paint. Answer, please. Are you all right? 405 volts. The answer is moon.
Whether the learner likes it or not,
But he might be dead in there.
we must continue. Go on, please.
You're going to keep giving him what, 450 volts every shot now?
That's correct. Continue. The next word is white.
White, cloud, horse, rock, house. Answer, please. The answer is horse, 450 volts. Next word, sad, face, music, clown, girl. The answer is face, 450 volts.
The results, as I observe them in the laboratory, are disturbing. They raise the possibility that human nature cannot be counted on to insulate men from brutality and inhumane treatment at the direction of malevolent authority. A substantial proportion of people do what they are told to do, irrespective of the content of the act and without limitations of conscience, so long as they perceive that the command comes from a legitimate authority. If in this study an anonymous experimenter could successfully command adults to subdue a 50-year-old man and force on him painful electric shocks against his protests, one can only wonder what government, with its vastly greater authority and prestige, can command.
We're going to break it down a little bit here. I'm going to connect some dots for you. I've got some videos after this. I'm going to break it down to you. And even Versace, in their commercial, tell you what they're up to. They tell you in their language, and that's the thing of what I do here is they have a language all their own. The elites, the people of certain industries, mystery schools of old, some of these families that date back, they're taught these things. Part of the language that they speak, symbols, numbers, the occult backwards, things like that. But first thing we're going to look at is the Versace logo that was taken is the actual logo, the head of Medusa. Yeah, so, you know, when asked why he chose Medusa, Gianni, he responded that, you know, he liked the logo because she made people fall in love with her and that they had no way back. I mean, that's his actual quote. Now, for you who do not know who Medusa is, Medusa was found in Roman and Greek mythology. She was a monster, generally described as a winged human female with, you know, like a hideous face, like living venomous snakes in the place of her hair. The legend goes is people who stared into her face would turn into stone. So that is the legend of Medusa. And Medusa is used a lot of different ways in symbolism throughout cultures and things like that. But one of the modern uses of Medusa, it sometimes appears and represents a notion of nihilism or nihilism, N-I-H-I-L-I-S-M. So let me give you some definitions of what that means. And so you'll start connecting what is really more deeply behind the symbolism of this logo. Nihilism is basically, which argues that life is without meaning, purpose, or value. That morality does not exist, and that any established moral values are abstractly contrived. So you start looking at it that way, of why they do what they do. And here's another one. Moral nihilism is actually the, for example, a moral nihilist would say that killing someone for whatever reason is not inherently right or wrong. So there's no objective, no reality. The morality does not exist as something inherent. You know, that is the description behind the whole thing with part of this Medusa logo and what they believe. Then now, notice that Versace and their family go back to ancient Rome, the family, and the where the logo came from was when he was playing on the floor in the ruins in Rome. The siblings played as children. This is where they saw this logo back in the ancient, some ruins they were playing. This is per their words. So it's interesting to note that in prophecy, in the Christian prophecy, that the New World Order will be, toward the end, prophecy, end times, a risen Holy Roman Empire. So it's very interesting when you start looking back to the connections of this logo. It goes around the Medusa head is totally Roman. That print goes back to that. And as you do your research into the Holy Roman Empire, the largest territory of that empire after 962 was the Kingdom of Germany. It's interesting that it also included the Kingdom of Bohemia, which you conspiracy people out there know of Bohemian Grove. See, nothing has really changed. Just things have been renamed, and things are still going on, renamed under different things like Bilderberg. You look at the old Holy Roman Empire imperial banner, it has the double eagle, or phoenix, whatever you want to say. The coat of arms, same thing. Same thing as the New World Order, their logos and their things throughout the years in secret societies, the Freemasons.
Do a deep dive into all of this. There's so many different sects and different chapters and they argue over, just like the church. Like, again, church has different denominations. These societies have so many different variables within there. It's like a big gray area.
Noon said, quote, her brother Marcus is a hero and possibly saved countless other lives.
As you see the name of the killer, Kevin Lobel, look at the name. Lobel is a German name, and matter of fact, it's Bavarian, from Bavaria, Germany. Does that ring a bell for you guys out there? Illuminati came out of Bavaria, Germany. That's their starting point. If you go deeper into the name, it is from a pet form of the personal name Leopold, Leopold. So if you go back to, here we go, Holy Roman Empire, the coat of arms, the coat of arms of the Holy Roman Emperor Leopold II, and also Francis II. Are you making any connection here? They're telling you they leave a signature, just like you've seen in movies. They leave a signature. When they kill somebody, they either leave a rose, it's the rose killer, or they put an X on the chest of a body that they've killed, and it lets you know who the killers are, or mark. This is what it is, without leaving too much evidence. This is a message for the other elites to know this is part of their agenda. So when they pick a name and people to do MK Ultra and activate them, you can believe in that or not, but I'm telling you, it is very real. It is to the next level. It is going to be using, I said it before, back in February, cell phones and technology and tones and frequencies. There's more to that, to activate these sleeper cells that are among us all over the world that have been MK Ultra programmed, monarch, mind controlled, and it sounds science fiction, but it is true, and I told you that. So let me just tell you, we're going to dive into the movie Cell, and the movie Cell has to do with cell phones and controlling a population through guess what? A pulse. Orlando Pulse, the name of the frequency throughout the movie that is controlling people in this thriller movie is called the Pulse. Okay? It was released on demand June 10th, 2016. June 10th, the day that Christina Grimmie was shot and killed. You think that's by accident? The theater date of release is July 8th, but it was released on demand June 10th. The Cell, the Pulse, things that I'm telling you guys and other people are telling you, not just me. See, this is what this video is about, is mind control, MK Ultra, Monarch programs, things that were used a long time ago.